Most men spend years trying to understand attraction, yet something always seems to be missing. They work on their careers, improve their appearance, and even build confidence, but something still feels off. That's because they overlook one fundamental truth about attraction, one that has nothing to do with wealth, looks, or even charisma. It's something far more profound, something women instinctively respond to without realizing it. In today's video, we're uncovering 7 hidden secrets of attraction, subtle psychological triggers that set certain men apart. These aren't just random tips, but principles backed by science and ancient Stoic wisdom. They are the quiet signals that create intrigue, respect, and lasting desire. By the end of this video, you'll understand why attraction is not about chasing. It's about presence, awareness, and mastery of self. And the final secret? It's the most powerful of all. So stay with me, hit that like button, and let's begin. 1. The silent language of touch. Many men believe that attraction is built through words alone. They assume the right compliment or an engaging conversation is enough to spark interest. While verbal communication is essential, it's not the only language a woman listens to, especially as she matures. A woman with experience values something deeper than words. She craves a connection that engages both her emotions and her senses. When done with care and presence, a well-placed, intentional touch can communicate more than any spoken word. Touch is an unspoken reassurance, a silent but powerful way of telling a woman she is seen, valued, and understood beyond mere conversation. A light touch on her hand during laughter, a reassuring hand on her back as she walks through a door, or a gentle squeeze of her fingers when she shares a personal story. These small, thoughtful gestures carry immense weight. Unlike younger women who may be drawn to excitement and novelty, a mature woman is far more attuned to the depth of her emotions. She does not just react to a touch. She responds to its intent. She seeks attention before intimacy, meaning that for her, attraction is more than just physical. It is deeply tied to how she feels in a man's presence. A slow, intentional touch, like a light massage at the end of a long day, or the comforting brush of fingers against her arm, creates trust and emotional safety. It tells her she is not just desired but cherished, not just wanted but deeply understood. Most men fail to recognize this. They see physical connection as something separate from emotional depth. But for a woman who understands herself, the two are inseparable. She cannot truly open herself to a man unless she feels safe, unless she senses that his touch carries meaning, that he is fully present, and that his attention is not rushed or transactional, but genuine. When done right, touch allows a woman to let go of the guardedness that life may have built around her. It reminds her that attraction is not about seeking validation or proving one's worth. It's about existing entirely in the presence of another person. A man who masters this kind of connection does not need to convince a woman of his value. She will feel it in the way he moves, the way he listens, and the way he reaches for her. Not with expectation, but with understanding. As Marcus Aurelius once said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." A man who embodies presence and attentiveness does not need to say much. His actions, gestures, and ability to make a woman feel genuinely seen will always speak louder than words. 2. Flirting with confidence and respect. Flirting is often misunderstood. Many men push too hard, coming across as aggressive or desperate. Others hesitate entirely, fearing they'll say the wrong thing or make a mistake. But true flirting, especially with a mature woman who values depth and authenticity, is not about performing or seeking approval. It is about confidence, subtlety, and understanding how attraction naturally unfolds. A woman with experience has seen it all. The over-the-top charmers who try too hard, the hesitant men who second-guess their every move, and those who rely on outdated clichés. What captivates her is not rehearsed lines or flashy displays of confidence, but a man's ability to be present, engaged, and at ease within himself. Flirting is not about proving something. It's about creating a dynamic where both people enjoy the moment. A confident man does not need to seek validation. He flirts because he enjoys the exchange, not because he is trying to manipulate an outcome. Playful teasing is one of the most effective ways to create an engaging, light-hearted atmosphere. If she mentions her favorite dish, instead of just agreeing or showering her with compliments, he might respond with a smirk. "That's the best you've got? You've never had my cooking." This kind of banter does two things. It keeps the conversation fun and challenges her in a way that invites curiosity. A mature woman appreciates a man who can stimulate her mind as much as her emotions. She does not want to be put on a pedestal or feel she must validate a man's efforts. Instead, she enjoys the tension of a conversation that feels natural, playful, and filled with unspoken possibilities. Confidence in flirting does not mean overpowering the moment, but allowing it to flow. A high-value man understands that attraction is not built on desperation or forced enthusiasm, but on ease and presence. He does not try to impress with words alone. His body language speaks for him. A relaxed posture, steady eye contact, a knowing smirk, and the ability to let pauses linger create an undeniable presence. Many men feel the need to fill every silence with words, fearing that any moment of quiet means they are losing interest. But a man who understands attraction lets moments breathe, allowing anticipation to build naturally. Flirting should never feel like a performance. It is not about following a script or using memorized techniques, but about reading the moment and responding in a way that keeps the energy alive. A woman does not respond to words alone. She responds to how a man makes her feel. If he is comfortable in his skin, she will feel that confidence. She will be drawn in. If he is fully present, not caught up in self-doubt or overthinking his next move, she will notice. A mature woman values a man who flirts not to gain something, but because he genuinely enjoys the connection. He does not see her interest as a prize to be won, but as a natural response to his energy. He is not concerned with whether she likes him. He already likes himself, and that, more than anything, is what makes him irresistible. As in Stoic philosophy, a genuinely confident man does not seek external validation. He understands that whether a woman responds to him does not determine his worth. He remains centered, grounded, and unshaken, and that quiet self-assurance draws her in, not because he needs her interest, but because she feels the undeniable pull of his presence. Would you like me to continue rewriting the rest in this same detailed and engaging format? 3. The power of mystery and emotional depth. Most men make the mistake of revealing too much, too soon. They believe that if they share every detail about their lives, struggles, and emotions right away, it will create a deeper connection. But attraction thrives on mystery. A woman, especially one who values depth and experience, is drawn to a man who reveals himself gradually, one layer at a time. A high-value man understands that mystery is not about deception or playing games. It is about maintaining an air of intrigue, allowing a woman to be curious about him rather than overwhelming her with information. He does not rush to explain himself or seek validation through excessive storytelling. Instead, he lets his actions speak first, allowing his presence to create an unspoken interest. Imagine two men meeting a woman for the first time. The first man immediately shares his achievements, his past relationships, and his deep emotions, hoping to prove his worth. The second man listens more than he speaks, responding with thoughtful pauses, a smirk, or a well-placed question that keeps the conversation engaging. The first man is seeking attention. The second man naturally commands it. Women are naturally drawn to a man who makes them wonder, what's his story? A man who shares just enough to spark interest, but holds back just enough to keep her wanting more. This is not about being emotionally unavailable, but about revealing depth at the right pace. A woman who is truly worth your time does not fall for a man who gives away everything instantly. She is intrigued by the man who reveals his layers naturally over time. Mystery also ties into emotional control. A Stoic man does not wear his emotions on his sleeve. He does not react impulsively, nor does he seek emotional validation from a woman. He remains centered, knowing that his emotions are his to master. This quiet strength is incredibly attractive. When a man maintains his composure in challenging situations, it signals a deep sense of self-assurance, something women find irresistible. Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This is the essence of true mystery. A man who is in control of himself does not need to chase or convince anyone of his worth. He allows the right woman to discover him at her own pace, making the journey of attraction far more compelling. 4. The art of leading without controlling. Leadership in attraction does not mean dominance or force. It means having the confidence to take charge while still valuing a woman's independence and intelligence. Many men confuse leadership with control, trying to dictate every aspect of a relationship. But a truly attractive man leads not by force, but by presence, decisiveness, and emotional stability. A high-value man does not ask endlessly, "What do you want to do?" Instead, he makes a decision while being considerate of her preferences. He confidently says, "Let's go here. I think you'll love it," rather than hesitating and looking for constant approval. A woman who is truly in touch with her femininity appreciates a man who could take initiative without disregarding her needs. However, leadership is not just about making plans. It's about creating emotional security. A mature woman is drawn to a man who makes her feel safe, both physically and emotionally. She does not want to constantly guide him through his emotions or reassure him of his worth. She desires a man who stands firm in his values, who is decisive yet open-minded, strong yet kind. Leadership is also about consistency. Many men start strong but lose momentum. They're confident in the beginning, but as the relationship progresses, they begin to seek validation, show insecurity, or hesitate in decision-making. A truly attractive man maintains his composure throughout. He does not change his behavior based on external approval. He remains steady, confident, and in control. Not just at the start, but always. Seneca once wrote, "A man's as miserable as he thinks he is." This highlights a crucial truth. The way you perceive yourself influences how others perceive you. If you see yourself as a strong, capable leader, that energy will be felt. If you constantly doubt yourself, that energy will also be felt. A woman does not want to feel like she is guiding a lost man. She wants to feel like she is walking beside someone who knows his direction. 5. Emotional stability, the ultimate attraction. A woman's attraction to a man is deeply tied to how she feels around him. If he is constantly reactive, easily angered, or emotionally unpredictable, she will instinctively pull away. But if he is composed, unshaken, and in control of his emotions, she will feel a natural sense of trust and security in his presence. Emotional stability is not about suppressing emotions. It is about mastering them. It is about responding rather than reacting, about remaining calm under pressure, and about not letting external circumstances dictate internal peace. A woman does not want a man who crumbles at the first sign of adversity. She wants a man who can face challenges with a clear mind and steady heart. This is where Stoicism becomes incredibly powerful. The Stoic man does not let anger, jealousy, or insecurity control him. He understands that emotions are natural, but must be governed with wisdom. When a man can handle conflict without losing his composure, when he can support a woman without emotionally dumping on her, he becomes someone she can truly respect and admire. Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This is the foundation of emotional stability. A woman feels safest with a man who remains steady through life's storms, who does not let setbacks shake his confidence, and who can offer her a sense of calm rather than chaos. 6. The magnetic power of purpose. Nothing is more attractive than a man who is deeply engaged in his purpose. When a man is passionate about something beyond just relationships, it creates an undeniable energy, an energy that draws people toward him. A man who is constantly chasing women comes across as needy, but a man who is focused on his mission radiates a different kind of magnetism. A woman respects and admires a man who has a clear direction in life. He does not drop everything for her. He integrates her into his already fulfilling journey. He does not seek happiness solely from a relationship, but from his personal growth, ambitions, and contributions to the world. A Stoic man understands that his purpose is his anchor. He does not let distractions pull him away from it. When a man is truly dedicated to his goals, women naturally take notice. Not because he is trying to impress them, but because his energy is compelling. He is moving forward, growing and evolving, and that kind of man is irresistible. As Seneca said, "Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity." A man who stays true to his purpose does not wait for attraction to happen. He cultivates a life so rich and meaningful that attraction becomes a natural byproduct. 7. The secret that changes everything. The final secret is the most powerful of all. True attraction is never about seeking validation. It is about being a man who does not need it. The moment you stop trying to impress, stop trying to win approval, and instead focus on becoming the best version of yourself, everything shifts. Women are naturally drawn to men who are comfortable in their own skin. A man who embodies self-respect, purpose, and emotional mastery does not need to chase. He attracts. And the right woman will not only notice but will gravitate toward him effortlessly. True attraction is not about tactics, tricks, or manipulation. It is about being a man of depth, presence, and unshakable confidence. The kind of man who, in the words of Marcus Aurelius, wakes up and does what needs to be done. Master yourself, and the rest will follow.